Great, yeah, super excited, guys, to have Ben in the house today. I am so happy. We already had a connect before, and today I am so grateful, bro,
Thank
for
you.
you to make the time again. And thank you so much for this one.
Absolutely.
And he just started working. So Ben, where have you started working now?
Yeah, I just started working KPMG about a week ago. I'm in the tax department, transfer price. And yeah, so far it's exciting and yeah, looking forward to it.
So that's good, yeah. I think he's just kind of memorized this in front of the mirror today in the morning. Just said it out so fluently.
Gotta get
So
it
I'm so happy that Ben has already got a job and he's working in the tax department and he's at KPMG right now. So how's the first week? What the goodies, yeah? What did you get?
Oh yeah, we got a bottle.
No.
It's basic stuff, just book, pen, bottle, got a laptop.
Have you guys seen all that LinkedIn photos? People,
Yeah.
they post and in front of that EY, KPMG, that symbol.
Like
Did you
old-
put a picture?
No, I didn't put a picture yet. No.
Okay, chalo. Not doing all the what things you call it? The cliche things, that everyone does. So happy, yaar. And how's your manager like?
I haven't met my manager yet. It's been a week.
That's
so-
why he's lacking the experience yet. I just hope when reality hits, Ben's still happy about being at KPMG. But good, yeah, really, congrats, yeah, first
Thank
of all,
you,
that
thanks so
you got
much.
into KPMG as well. You're doing all the things that every ACC aspirant dreams of, guys. So just to give you an introduction to everybody, so Ben is the world rank 1 in APM, and he's got great marks even in SBL, SBR, and the other optional was AFM.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to have him in the house, and for all of our students to understand that what it takes to get a world rank 1. So we'll get the conversation going. So today, Ben, we are just meeting here to help all the student community that is there, right? They are preparing. It's probably the first exam. They have 9 exemptions and they don't know where to start. They are nervous. And background, we and Chaitanya just had a conversation with Soumya. You just met her, right? And she is in, just to give you a background, it's so important that I really want to call this out, that Soumya has finished 1 year of work experience, and she is telling that anyone who doesn't even have that work experience but they have the ACCA qualification, they have got a 10 lakh package, right? And she, who has more work experience but no ACCA qualification, is getting way lesser than that, right? Just because of the qualification, there are people who are getting a way higher package than someone who is not qualified at the same work experience. And she's like, I am doing the same work, she's doing the same work. I am in the same team, she is in the same team. And she is at 10 LPA plus, I am not at that. Why? Qualification. Right? And that got me, telling Chaitanya that it's so important to, and she doesn't have the time also. She's working 12 hours a day. She's like, when do I study? Right? So it's so important that when you're, before you start your work, finish your qualification. Right? Because with work, it's very difficult. And the little time that you have, you feel like just, having some life of your own. Right? To enjoy the money that you're making.
Absolutely.
Go out, get a meal, meet a friend, do something that you would like to do. When you have a gap, you don't want to sit and study again. You work 12 hours a day, you get up 2 hours earlier. I want to use that time to study again. So it was just so, like relatable. At least I felt that, and so did Chaitanya. So it was a great conversation. I hope Chaitanya is going to study a lot more seriously now. So provided she's in final year now. So I hope she clears all the paper. Okay, great. Yeah, coming back to our podcast and why we are really catching up today. So before we get started, I just want to ask you the most important question: how did it feel? World rank 1, yeah. I mean, we've gone through this question before when you had come in the student this our connect. But how did it feel? Yeah, I mean, just candid lies to see your expressions through that. And when you just got the rank, where were you? What were you doing? And
Actually, I was out with dinner with my friend, and I suddenly got his mail telling that I was the prize winner at ACCA. So obviously, I didn't believe it at first. It was surreal for me. And the next day, I went to my professor. I asked him, so I got a mail saying I'm a prize winner. And then, in fact, he told me that it might be fake. Don't, just believe it all of a sudden.
he didn't believe it.
No, he
Actually.
didn't believe it. Actually, he asked me to get it, he asked me to get it verified.
With all due respect to sir,
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But then, he asked me to get it verified. And then, actually, I got it, confirmed after a week. So I had to wait for a week, whether it was true or not.
But it's so crazy to believe during that week. No, I'm like a prize winner.
And then, after it was all confirmed, I was obviously, I was over the moon. I was very excited. I told my family and my friends, and they were very happy for me. And then, obviously, it's a feeling, you can't really express in words. It's surreal. And
one of the top moments in your life. When you look back at your college days, you scored first rank in an international qualification.
Without doubt.
Amazing. Okay, so coming to just a little details, buddy, about it, so that we can help a lot of students here who are looking to write the first exam. So, if first of all, how long did you take to prepare for your APM exam?
APM exam, I'd say I had very less time. I think I had About a month. That's it.
You studied for a month.
Because I had my NSEMs after my SBR, so I couldn't really
Dude, that
study.
is
I couldn't really study.
amazing, man.
And then we had this thing. I think our break, sem break as well. So I think I had the whole month of November. No, I think I had the whole month of November for my prep. So yeah, that whole month I was grinding about APM, and yeah,
1 month, pretty much
yeah.
that you've done a focus study and you've got a world rank one.
Yeah,
I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. So that just says it's not all about studying a lot.
Yeah,
it's studying studying right.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing. So now let's just uncover the right. What I really want to do is that what steps did you really take that got that result?
Yeah.
They're just going that layer by layer. That's all really. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So totally the month that was 1 month. We can say, or little more than that. 45 days. Maybe you would have studied a little bit here and there, adding everything up.
Yeah, 45
so 45 days is what Ben took. And as a matter of fact, when we interviewed Hamshika, she got a AAA rank, AIR 2 or something in AAA.
Yeah.
She stayed for 45 days.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, in AAA, and says APM also, bro. That's also difficult to get. So it's AAA, but also is APM. So, it's amazing to see in 45 days these guys are getting world rank. And I mean, amazing. Okay, so now all we want to do is just live through those 45 days with Ben once again.
Okay.
That's all we really want to do for
absolutely,
20
no
minutes.
problem.
That's all really, okay?
No problem.
So now let's starting off. So when first, what a lot of students do is they go through the entire study text. That phase, how did Ben go through that?
I didn't go through a study text at all.
Okay, guys, Ben has not gone through the study text till now, and he's world rank 1. Yeah, just letting you know. Okay.
I had actually GFTI training. It's related to, I'm from Christ, so I had the GFTI training related to APM. So for me specifically, I like watching videos rather than going through text because that's the way I get to grasp topics better. So I used to watch videos all the time, explaining concepts, tips and tricks, and I used to watch Rizwan Mania's videos on YouTube as well, and that's the way I go about the topics. And my aim was to finish watching the videos and finish the topics in like 15-20 days. And yeah, I'd also done the pocket notes. I told you I didn't have much time to prep, so I didn't go to the study text. I went to the pocket notes. So I finished my pocket notes, my videos, and all the tips and tricks I had to go through. I finished that in 20 days, and then I started practicing my questions.
Wow, yeah. I think that's just so well told. Everything very clearly. Went through videos, YouTube videos. Second, went through pocket notes. Went through YouTube videos, went through pocket notes. Took about 20 days.
Yeah, 20 days. Yeah.
20-25 days. Yeah, to go through all that. Didn't even do the study text till now. Yeah. Do you know how many chapters are there as per the study text?
No.
There know the number of chapters, guys. It is got world rank 1. And amazing. Yeah? So what is our process? I sometimes wonder. We go TYU by TYU, illustration by illustration, and understanding that in detail. So too good, yeah. I mean, just very new for me to hear. But amazing, yeah. Good. So we took 20 days and we did the entire videos and we did the pocket notes. For 20 days we did that. Done. So now the 28 days done. Everything is finished. And now you're getting into the 21st day. And you're like, okay, now what next? Once that entire part is done, and once again, I'll just go into that part. So when you're doing that part, are you making notes? Or are you just visualizing? I mean, you're just listening to it and that's all. So during that 20 days, how exactly 1 hour of your study look like?
Okay, for the videos, I didn't really make any notes. I was just listening to the videos, trying to grasp whatever the sir is saying. As for the pocket notes, I was writing my own notes, trying to make like study maps, just linking the concepts and all that. And for someone who has done SBL, APM I think is a bit easier because some of the topics are like similar. So I think for that aspect I got lucky because it was kind of easy for me. So pocket notes, yes, I was making some notes, but videos, most of it I was trying to watch, trying to pay attention, grasp the concepts, and making most of the time. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you were just listening to the videos. You did not make much notes.
No.
From the pocket notes, you made some notes.
Yeah.
Okay, done. So that was pretty much your process. So how did you assure yourself that you finished the entire curriculum? Or you knew some topics I would have missed and I missed it, it's okay, let's go on.
Actually, I wasn't sure. As I told you, I didn't check the study text because and I wasn't sure what the whole syllabus was looking like. So for me, the pocket notes was all that I thought about. So I think a friend of mine told me that do the pocket notes. I think that will be sufficient, and then go on to the the exam kit. And then if you miss any topics, you can go and check on the study text. So that was my process. And once I did the pocket notes, I was like, okay, I got like 90% of the topics covered. So I think that should be good to go to do the exam kit, right? So yeah, I thought that was enough. And then as I was watching the videos as well, I think I got most of it covered in the videos as well. So after that,
but you never checked.
What the exam? No,
No.
study text.
No. That did you finish all the topics or not?
No, not really.
Till date, there would be some topic that you would have not finished.
Maybe,
yeah?
I don't know, I'm not sure. But yeah, I've never opened the study text, but yeah, whenever I have a doubt, you go to like TYs, you said, I go to that examples and see, if I can crack some or get some, so what do you say, practice. Only for that, yeah, but other than that, no, not really.
Damn, man. So this is the title of the video. I didn't open my textbook and I got a world rank. Damn, man.
no.
Okay, so that was your first 20 days. You watched the videos, you made some notes from the pocket notes. That's pretty much what you did in the first 20 days. Perfect, great. So now starting off with once 20 days are done, and last I think when you started sums, how many days were left?
Started what?
If you remember, when you started the exam kit sums.
Exam kit. I think what,
Roughly?
3 weeks?
3 weeks were left when you started the exam kit.
Maybe more than 3 weeks, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I had more than 3 weeks, I think, yeah. And I'm not sure how many questions are there, about 70 questions, 3 weeks. And I knew I was short of time, so I had to really put in my hours, 5 to 6 hours a day. And I wanted to finish the exam kit at least once. I wanted to be sure that I finished every question, every topic, and so I had to do, like, my aim for the day was like 5 to 6 questions a day, some 50 markers, some 25 markers. So my aim was that, and yeah, I couldn't hit my aim every day. Some days I fell short, some days I could do more. So yeah, it's always like that. And yeah, my aim for the day was like 5 to 6. If I could do 5, I was happy. And then yeah, I'd move on to the next day. I wasn't trying to exhaust myself by doing a lot of questions, like doing 10 questions a day. It's not practical, right? So I kept an aim that was achievable, and yeah, I stick to it.
Okay. So when you were doing the exam kit, how exactly, just go through that process. How does Ben do exam kit? Does you open the exam kit, one exam kit question, one exam kit answer, and you just read it simultaneously? Or you look into the question, you try to solve it on your own, and then you go to the answer? Like, exactly how do you do the exam kit?
Okay.
When you say I do the exam kit,
Yeah.
take me through 1 hour of Ben's exam kit practice. How does it look like?
Okay. So initially, the beginning, I used to keep the question and answer side by side, because I don't know how to answer the questions right. There is a framework for each answer. There's a way of writing. APM, they expect you to be very professional about it. So in the beginning, I didn't really know how to answer. So in the beginning, I keep my question, I keep my answer. I read through my question properly. I try to understand as much as I can. Try to identify if like this para relates to this topic, whatever it is, and then I check the answer. I read the answer, and then I try to understand how to write. The framework. For example, there's a report. There's a way of writing the report, right? So I try to understand that, and then I try to understand how they're answering the questions. But then again, the exam kit, the answers are really huge.
Exactly.
You can't expect to write that much.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'd put that in ChatGPT and try to summarize, and then take the main points from that, and then structure my answer. And
Guys, that is a pro tip on how to use AI. Yeah. So the answers in the exam kit are huge. First of all, Ben, just for all the students out there, buddy, do you have to replicate the volume of an exam kit answer in your exam to get a good mark?
no, absolutely not.
Okay. So guys, this is a big myth, and that is cleared, I hope, to everybody. That exam kit, they have given paragraphs and paragraphs, and we don't need to write that much. Okay. And it's coming from, and I'm asking you for all the P-level subjects.
No, you don't have to know.
You don't have to, right?
No.
You have
I
to,
think if you, as long as you hit the points, the right points, you're answering your questions. You don't need to write that big of a para.
Exactly.
Because you can't expect a person to write like that, right? So as long as you can summarize the answers in 2 to 3 lines, hitting the right points, you're answering the questions, you're good to go. Yeah.
Perfect. So once you did it next to each other, then slowly, as you start getting the question, then what was the level 2 or stage 2 of Ben's exam practice looking like?
Oh yeah. So after I got used to writing the questions, let's say like 5 to 10 questions, I got a way of writing. Then yeah, I do my questions on my own. I read the question again. I try to understand the question. Try to pick up points, what topic it relates to. Then I have a Word document opened up, and I type out my answers on my own. And then after I'm done, there's no time limit, there's no time management, nothing like that. At the beginning, I just type down my answers, and then I check the answers. I check my answer and check the exam kit answers. Obviously, it differs a lot. In the beginning, you can't expect to be like 100% right. And then I try to correct myself. Try to understand where I'm missing in any points. And yeah, from there you improve. Question by question you improve, and then yeah, that's it.
So roughly, how many questions did you think we solved? We solved the entire exam kit, all 70 questions?
Yeah, exam kit, I finished the entire course. As I said, I wanted to finish the entire exam kit, because I didn't do the study text, and I don't know if I'm, completing every topic. So the least I wanted to do was finish the entire exam kit. So yeah, I finished the entire exam kit, and then I came back and I think there was a document called Top 30 Questions covering every topic of APM. I did that again, yeah. So that was my entire process, yeah.
So can I say, you tell me if it's right or not, correct me where you think I might, differ a little bit. Jog through the study text,
Okay.
walk in the exam kit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I'd say not just for APM, for any PE level paper, I'd suggest the same because it's more about practicing, more about implementing what you studied, rather than spending a lot of time in your study text. You can spend about 1.5 months in your study text and then not practice and go to the exam. I don't think it'll help you a lot. But if you do the exact opposite and you practice a lot,
You can still score
Yeah.
a world rank. You can still score a world rank.
I
You
mean,
never know.
the aim is at 50, you just want to pass. And so, yeah, I'd say focus more on practicing, focus more on implementing, that'll definitely improve. That'll definitely help you in a lot of PU level papers, whatever paper you're writing. I think I'd suggest the same for everyone.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I think it's very useful and I really broke a lot of myths for students. Great. Now just coming to the last week, bro. Now in the last week, you have to get all whatever you studied in the center of your mind. So what we've started doing is that on a daily basis in the classes only, we are making these short notes for every topic I teach. And that topic all is there in one Excel file only.
Okay, that's nice.
So it's basically your notes is being prepared while you're in the class and these notes you use in the last week.
Okay, that's
That is pretty much what we are doing. But you tell me, in the last week, what did you do to get all the topics back in the center of your mind? Did you watch those videos once again? The crash course videos on YT or what? How did you go about it?
I didn't have the luxury of the Excel file you have, but then if you definitely have that, go through that. That's a great tool you can use. There's a video I watched on YouTube that has it's like 2-3 hours long, summarizes the entire like APM topics. That's what I watched to summarize and brush through the topics again. And then the last week, as I said, more than the videos, I wanted to keep practicing. So the top 30 questions document I told you about, that's what I did the last week. I wanted to make sure that I was hitting every point, doing every questions, and I had a list actually of the topics that I wasn't really confident with. I think it was EVA. I'm not sure whatever it was.
Knowing value added.
Some topics, and I was doing questions related to that topic. Trying to make sure that I can pick off 1 or 2 marks from here and there. So that was my whole process in the last week. And obviously there are mocks. You want to do mocks. You want to time manage mocks. You want to make sure you can finish in 3.5 hours.
That is the good to do. How did Ben go about that? Did you do a time managed mocks?
I did one time mock.
Complete mock, full?
Yeah, complete mocks. Yeah, I did. I think 3 mocks or something. One was timed. The other 2 I didn't time. But I think I finished in around 3.5 hours.
You wrote the entire paper?
Yeah, I wrote the entire paper.
Yeah. Guys, that is very important. 3 mocks, right? Did not study the textbook, but it's not that you also don't study a textbook because Ben didn't study, but guess what? He did 3 mocks and he solved all the 70 questions also.
Yeah.
Okay, that is also something that has to go along, right? It'd be unfair to say that Ben didn't study the textbook and would just leave it at that.
No,
because you overcompensated by doing other things so much better. Yeah. So there was the overcompensation also, guys. That I feel is a very important thing that we need to pick up. So now I'm curious, at what stage, how does World Rank 1, who didn't know he's going to become World Rank 1, felt in the morning of the exam? So one of our students, if you're feeling like that, same feeling in the morning, you might just end up with the first rank, guys, in the world. So how was your feeling when you got up in the morning? Which color did you wear? Important. So when you, so how does a World Rank 1 who didn't know, obviously in hindsight, how do you feel in the morning after your entire preparation process is done and you're just about to book a cab to go to your exam center? And which God did you pray to that day? Okay, let's not get into that, but okay, just as a light joke. But okay, coming to this, is that how does it feel in the morning? What was were you feeling like just passed that this question should not come? Did you feel like us? Can we relate to you? Or how was your feeling?
Yes.
Like I want to be World Rank 1.
No.
How was the feeling in the morning?
Yeah, APM was my 3rd paper after SBL and SBR. So I had some idea what I was getting into, but at the same time, before every paper I'm nervous, as I said, there are certain topics that I don't want to come to the exam. And there are certain questions I was really hoping for, like the performance report, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I really wanted that topic to come.
Oh, performance report. Yeah.
Because I thought that
Did you get that?
No, I didn't get that. No. I didn't get
that. That's a nice topic. Just easy scoring, don't you think so?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was really hoping for the question and I didn't really get that. So obviously I was nervous before the paper. And usually for the exam, we have like a group of like 5-6 friends. We all book at the same center and we go together, right? So on the ride over towards the center, there's a
Go to the center with your friends, guys. Yeah.
So it's a 1 hour ride from our place to the center. So on our way, we discuss with each other.
And book the center which is 1 hour from your house. We are decoding the World Rank 1. Okay, yeah. So.
And then on the way, for like the first 10-20 minutes, we try to discuss the topics. Everyone's trying to like recap whatever they studied. So, we help each other with whatever we can, So that's just the way about it. And then after that, I just stay silent. I go to my side. I try to listen to some music to calm my mind down.
Which song was it? Yeah?
I'm not sure about that.
Listen to that song, guys, before the exam. Yeah.
Yeah, and just, whatever your playlist is, listen to that. Calm yourself down, and just be calm yourself, and just be when you get to the center. Obviously, you're nervous, but then there's no point in being nervous because you have to write the exam one way or the other, right? So just be calm, just be confident in yourself. You've done the preparation, so be confident in yourself, and then just go and write the exam. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just trying to decode some patterns that I can tell everybody to do, but great. Yeah. Okay. So probably the last segment of my questioning, buddy. That's it. Yeah. Is when you've actually started your exam. And did you go in the order of writing all the questions, or did you skip orders and did you write the last question first, second question first? So how did you go about it, or did you follow the entire order of the paper? Like how did Ben approach the paper?
For me personally, I go in the exact order.
Even if you don't know the answer.
Yeah, I think for me, every paper I go like 50, 25, 25. That's the way I go about it. I go in order. One thing I do is, as soon as I get the question, I scroll to the last. I see every question, right? So after I'm done with that, then I come to the first question and then I answer. So I always go in order. I finish the first question because I want to get the 50 marker done. I don't want to keep that for last.
Right.
That's the way. For some people, they might want to keep it for last. That's their preference. But for me, I want to finish the big stuff first. I want to get that done with. I don't want to come at the end and leave the 50 marker in like 45 minutes. That's too much for me. So for me, I do 50 marker first, and I don't try to like finish every question like to the core, like perfect every points. For me, I try to complete it as much as I can, write my points and then move on to the next question. I don't like perfect every question. You lose a lot of time doing that. And then I move on to the second 25 marker, do the third 25 marker. Then after I'm done with the entire paper, I might have like 5 to 10 minutes left. Maybe sometimes, it depends on the paper. And then I go about and refer to my previous questions. Then I go and fill the gaps, whatever I have to do, make the framework, structure the answers, make sure wherever I can get like 1-2 marks, I try to do that. And yeah, that's the way I go about it. But again, for someone who wants, someone might do the second or third question first and then do the 50 marker last. That can also work. It depends on the person. But for me personally, I like to go in order.
Follow the order. Don't try to jump questions. But okay, it works again. It depends that. So if there's something that just you don't know at all, so rather than trying to manufacture some kind of an answer, could be a little better. No, so no hard and fast on that. But I just feel if you don't know something, okay, it's better to probably
if you don't know the question,
if you just don't know the topic, you skipped it, and you don't know, just write for something for the sake of it. What's the point?
Then definitely get to the next
question.
So
the background was he studied everything also, right? I mean, we don't know that ever. Ben studied everything. But okay, great. So that is how about you go about the paper. And towards the end, once you enter paper, how do you use the flag function in the CBE? Do you think I used it a lot when I was a student? How about you? Like flagging questions so that you can go later and come back to those questions.
Flag. I do flag my questions whenever. As I said, I don't complete my questions. Right, I leave it like whenever I have a doubt and like certain like there are B parts, C parts to question.
So basically everything is flagged only because you have to come back.
I come back, yeah. So yes, basically everything is flagged. And then I come back towards the end and finish it. That's the way I go about it.
Right.
So I think that's a great tool actually because you don't forget to complete your questions at the end, right? And you can actually pick up a lot of marks at the end. A lot of marks actually just by doing the framework or just putting the headlines, keeping it bold, just by keeping the structure right. So definitely use that function. Come back again, check your answers. And then try to get wherever you can just 1-2 marks. That might be the deciding factor at the end. So definitely use that. And that's my basic routine whenever I write an exam.
Okay, great. Now coming to the last segment today in today's conversation with Ben. So the last 3 minutes into the conversation, I just want to talk about how did Ben transfer into being a student who cleared ACCA to being an associate at KPMG, right? So how did that go? So first of all, how did you go about landing the job, and how useful do you think ACCA was in you getting a job at KPMG?
I think it's very important. Your qualification matters a lot when it comes to getting a job. I think KPMG, not just my department, but so a lot of other companies, Deloitte, EY, the big fours, they come just for ACCA, to our course, differential placements, a lot of tax, audit, all that different domains. And I think they value ACCA a lot because it's like an international course. It matters a lot. And I think I was doing my SBR when I was sitting for placement for KPMG. And one of the questions they asked me is what course you're doing. How many papers have you completed, and what is your aim for the next 1 year? and uh, when you answer saying that you're an ACCA, you're trying to finish 4 papers by the end of the next year, I think it puts a great image in their mind that you are hardworking, you have discipline, and you're pursuing something that is really difficult as well. And companies want that. Companies want employees who are highly qualified. It's a world that we're living in, and I think not just ACCA, a lot of other courses, CFA, CPA, whatever it is you're pursuing, it matters a lot. And yeah, definitely, pursue high value courses, and yeah, make the most of it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm asking you, were there like 3 rounds for you as well when you're getting hired for KPMG?
Yeah, first there was an online round. There's a test. After you're done with the test, there's an online, like, a recording kind of a test. And after that, there are like different rounds of interviews. There's GD. Oh yeah, there's GD. After that, there's like a HR round and then technical rounds as well.
So there are like 5 rounds, we can say?
Yeah, 5 rounds, yeah.
Damn, man, that's crazy. So if you recollect anything, Ref, what were some common questions if they would have asked of genre, if you remember, in the GD, and some tips for the GD for the students?
Oh yeah, GD definitely. I think now a lot of questions are coming related to AI.
Yeah.
AI, they'll ask a lot of topics related to AI. How is it useful in the financial world? All that stuff. And then for me, a couple of topics that I remember is work from home versus work from office. That was another topic. Familiarize yourself with a lot of things that are happening around the world. For example, there's war going on right now. They might use that as a topic for GD.
Nice.
A lot of the current affairs, just brush through that, keep yourself aware, read the news. And yeah, that's what they're looking for. You. They want someone who's aware of what's happening around the world. That's most likely what they're going to ask in the GD.
Wow.
And then for the interviews, I'd say technical round, yeah, it's all related to, what your course is. If you're doing BCom ACCA, it's going to be accounts related questions, finance related questions. Could be related to ACCA, not that common, but I'd say generally accounts. That's what they're going to ask. Yeah.
Do you think your CGPA mattered a lot when they were hiring, or do you think the ACCA tag of you finishing 1 or 2 papers was higher, heavier? Or you don't know? What do you think so?
I'm not sure about that. But then I think CGPA matters when it comes to the first. For me, if you want to apply for certain companies, right, they have cut off. You need to have this much GPA to sit for that company.
Smart.
That's where GPA matters. But then after that, I don't think GPA matters a lot. It's about the interviews. It's about how you answer the questions. So to just sit for that company, you need your GPA. Definitely, it matters a lot. You might have like 70% cutoff to sit for that company specifically. So we have that. And after that, I don't think it matters a lot, because whatever your GPA is, it's about how you go there and answer your questions, how you are in the interview. And I think a lot of it matters in the technical and the HR rounds,
Oh, yeah, nice. So, any part of the interview that you remember that you handled smartly? Like I remember, back in the day when I had my interview and then they were asking me a certain question, there's vouching. Okay. Right, that was the thing. Okay. And I still remember that, like the exact technical meaning of it was something that I felt that at that point I did not have it very clear. But what I did say that, I am not aware of the exact term, but based on whatever the things around it that I very clearly know, I would like to present my answer. First, establish the frame that, I'm not a subject matter expert on this and I don't really have a very clear idea. And then went about giving my idea and then closed it up with saying, this is the best thing. However, I'm going to go forward right after this interview and read a little bit more about it. So when I didn't know something, right, I showed that I get how to answer when you don't know something, how to answer.
Okay.
Right? That shows the level of maturity that even an answer can't show.
Yeah.
So that is something I try to play a psychology on that. There will be something you will not know, no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
But how you handle what you don't know in a good, interesting way. I gave the best guessed answer. That shows I can think on my feet. Okay. So similar, any moment in your interview that you felt that you did a little, Ben Roy. The thing, very unique thing or something where just went a little off board, and you're like, if you can throw some light on that. But these are moments that no one knows about, no one talks, only you know, and this the interviewer knows.
Yes, exactly.
And now it is the opportunity for all of us to probably just learn something out of it. Because I have never shared this with anybody till date. It was just in the flow of the conversation I told you. But you tell me if there's any moment like that that you probably didn't know or you knew or anything like that. You tell me, if at all, it's time. If not, it's okay.
One part of it, I don't think it's as smart as you, but one part of it I can tell
Imagine when World Rank 1 says that. Damn, man, I'm going to sleep better tonight.
One part of the interview I remember was that it's not the technical round, it's I think the HR round or the round before that. They asked me how are you going to handle, like, you have 2 assignments pending. It's about 10 and you have 2 assignments pending the next day. How are you going to handle it? Are you going to ask a friend for help, or are you going to ask the manager for an extension, or will you tell the manager that you can't complete the work? How are you going to handle it? Because they want to see how you're going to handle the pressure.
Yeah.
So I answered.
So you'll take a sick leave.
That would be a smart answer, actually.
Yeah, what?
So the way I told was, yeah, I'm not gonna ask my friend for help. I'm gonna go and ask my manager that I'm gonna tell them honestly that what I can do and what I can't do. I'll tell them that I'll try to finish. Oh, he even told me that are you gonna finish both the assignments like halfway through and submit them like incomplete both. So I told them no, I'm not gonna do that, and I told them I'm gonna finish one assignment at a time. I'm gonna finish that, then I'm gonna go to the next assignment. I'm gonna ask an extension on the next assignment because I don't want to complete. I don't want to keep something incomplete, right? I want to finish my work and then do it properly. I want to be 100% honest with myself and then, submit my work. So yeah, that really helped,
Crazy,
I
yeah,
guess.
that's nice. So tell those things that you never did in college.
Yeah.
Right? Finishing things on time, everything that you didn't do in college, tell you'll do it here. Okay.
Yeah.
But great, yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
you thought on your feet. But what was the final answer that you'll finish one and then you will go finish that, submit that, and then give other. But you let your manager know in advance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So letting the manager know in advance was a good card he played. Yeah, that's really nice. So was there similarity in any color-coded dress that you wore on the final round of KPMG and on your APM exam day?
No, not.
Yeah.
I think for
Just
most
think
of
if
my
some
exams,
color is lucky for.
for most of my
Ben,
exams,
yeah.
I think I wore similar shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Well,
God. Yes, guys, please.
yeah,
And that color was
blue. Yeah.
blue. Blue is the answer, guys. Everything blue that you have. And I think Nani is already going shopping today. Get everything blue. Okay, that's nice. That's always go blue. That was just out of some kind of superstition or just
Not superstition. I just thought I wear the same shirt when I worked out the last time, so why not try this time
good
as well?
this time.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Crazy. Yeah. So you wore the same shirt for all your P-level exams, is it?
I think 3 or 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
three out of 4.
Three
Yeah,
out of four, you wore
yeah,
the
yeah,
same shirt.
thing.
Crazy. On APM also, you wore the same shirt.
Yeah. APM, yeah, same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this the shirt?
No, not the shirt. No.
Let's get that shirt, guys. Let's get Ben to convince. We're going to auction it on our website, guys. Anyone who's writing APM can go, and or any other paper. Yeah, so we'll get the size details. If anyone fits that size, there's a bid going on for a men's blue T-shirt, apparently. Blue shirt, is it?
Shirt, yeah.
Okay. Great, yeah. Okay. And probably the last question, yeah. I think it was such a great conversation. It genuinely felt so relatable, which I thought I wouldn't because talking to someone who just got really good marks. So okay, closing this conversation on, buddy, that it's just been in a week and at KPMG. So for anyone who is right now in college and just starting his papers, but pretty much is dealing, I write next sem, next sem, next sem, next sem. So what would one thing that you would say that you're glad that you kind of finished it in college, and anything that you would say that where can they immediately just get started? What's like the immediate first step that they can do 1 hour after watching this video probably? That they just want to get started. What's the easiest way to just start, and that's helpful also? Could be pocket notes, could be watch some kind of a grand revision video or like some this thing. What could be immediately someone after watching this video and they're like, dude, I can do it. Ben did it. I can get his blue shirt also now. So that so what do you think that would be 1 or 2 things that someone can just immediately get started, even just small stage, and just get started with the prep?
Okay.
What would you say that could that be? Just any resource or any video, anything that you think might be easier to start? They can just get started immediately after watching this video.
Okay, so for me personally, I'd say start with the small steps. You don't want to take like huge steps and then get demotivated and then stop suddenly. So I'd say get a good tutor or go to some classes because that way you'll be disciplined. You'll make sure you go to those classes. You'll be consistent, and I think that's one of the most important things you can do when you're prepping for ACCA. You don't want to delay your ACCA for work or anything because you'll be short of time for sure. After work, you will just get the weekends and you won't really feel like studying. So get it done during your college days. You have time, so make use of it. And yeah, I'd say take classes, stay consistent with it, and then watch videos. Pocket notes definitely help for some papers, but depends on the paper, right? Depends for APM, I think pocket notes help, but for AFM or SBR, I think you might be better off doing classes or like watching videos. So
But did you do them to realize they are not useful, or how did it go?
for SBR,
No, for the ones that you did not use the pocket notes, did you go through them once and realize this is not
No.
helping, or how was it like?
I hadn't done the pocket notes for any other paper. No. I already did the pocket notes for APM because I was short of time. Otherwise, I would have gone through videos or I would have gone to the study text. I just went through the pocket notes just because I was short of time. That's the only reason I went to the pocket notes. For anyone who has more time, definitely do more prep. If you're short of time, yeah, definitely do the pocket notes. But yeah, for someone who wants to get into ACCA and get the first step started, take your classes, whoever it is, and then stay consistent with it. Make sure you go to those classes, do your prep, be honest with yourself, and then keep practicing yourself. Because you're spending a lot of money, you're putting a lot of effort, so you want to make sure it's worth it at the end, right? So yeah, definitely, I'd say the number one advice I can give is, find a good tutor, who can definitely help you, give you some guidance.
That's
That'll
great.
definitely
Yeah.
help you.
Thank you so much, Ben. And just to close this amazing conversation I've had with you, I think I learned so much. Is that if Ben had to get 10 more marks, that is something I always ask. Knowing what you know now, you've written 4 papers.
Yeah.
You have got a great score in one. You've got the world rank in one. And now imagine in that same paper you had to get 10 more marks.
Yeah.
What would be what would be something that Ben didn't do that you will do now, or what you did now you would have done that more?
Okay.
What would be that one thing? Could be solving more questions, could be reading the examiner report, could be writing more mocks, could be but just something that you feel if Ben had to get 10 more marks from whatever you got, that after writing the exam you just feel, oh, I should have just done that a little bit more.
Okay.
So if we get that little bit more from your perspective, what would you do a little bit more? Or just to give you a little more easier on this, is that what could you someone else do a little more that you think worked a lot?
Okay.
Any one thing. It would be more questions, whatever this
For
comes to your
APM
mind.
specifically, or you mean for any paper?
For any paper.
For any paper.
Or we'll go both. No, I think while you're here, why not? So we'll go for APM first of all.
Okay.
That what would Ben do a little bit more?
For APM, I'd say 50 marker at budgeting question.
Sorry?
Budgeting.
Budgeting,
question, yeah. So I wasn't expecting that at all. So by the end of my exam, I knew I hadn't done my best work on my 50 marker. I knew that because budgeting for me was a weak point. Wasn't my best topic. So after the exam, I thought I could have worked more on budgeting. Done a little bit of questions more on that. I think there was a type of budgeting. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was for APM.
Yeah,
Great.
for
AFM.
yeah. AFM, I'd say numericals. I could have done more numericals.
Practice more.
Practice more numericals. Definitely that helps a lot because AFM also you really run out of time at the end. So the more you practice, the more time you can save, and then you can come back and refer to it as well. So practice a lot more questions in AFM as well. In general, for all the P level papers, I'd say practice more questions. The more time you have, the more practice you do, the better you get.
Amazing.
So,
yeah.
yeah. SBR, it's a huge topic. So I'd say focus more on groups because it's 30 marks, right? It's 30, it's a guaranteed 30 marks. So you want to make sure you get that. And then I'd say groups and ethics. So you get 50 marks there, right? And the other 50 marks, you're not sure what's coming. So you don't know. So for the other 50 that what is coming, focus on that. Try to make that your strong suit and practice on that a lot.
Yeah, okay. And the last one, SBL?
SBL, it's a very general paper. So I'd say do a lot of mocks. Because for SBL, I think I didn't do a lot of mocks. So I know, and I just passed for SBL. And I think the more mocks you do, the more you'll be able to get answers more straightforward. So for me, I didn't do a lot of mocks. So for me, it was hard to type out the answers. It was my first exam as well. So I don't have any previous experience writing exams.
Fair.
Yeah, so I think I wish I'd done a lot more, mocks for SBL. So that way I'd be more prepared to get my answers straight. And for SBL, I'd say do more mocks.
Great, yeah. I think that's very helpful. You asked me what do you think I would have done to get 10 marks more?
10 marks for?
You asked me the same question.
Same question, yeah. What would you do for?
I'd buy a blue shirt. Yeah, I would get great marks on that. Okay, so great, and I'm so happy that we had some very useful tips. And just the last question came to my mind, while you were just answering. That what do you think, SBL or SBR? The first paper, when someone has proper time still, which is the best paper to go. It doesn't matter if you have time, you can go for any paper. What would you recommend? SBL, SBR, or first optionals? If you had to give it again, what would be your best? Put your order only, your exam only. Put it in order. Which do you think you would go for first?
First,
knowing that you don't know anything about ACCA.
I'd still go with SBL first because I think it's the easiest of the four to go about in your first exam. You don't want to go to the optional papers and stress yourself first. SBL, I think it's very general paper. You can answer on your own. So if you do a lot of practice, if you study the topics well, and I think the topics as well, it's much easier to grasp.
Yes.
Rather than the advanced papers, right? So I'll definitely go with SBL first again, but I practice a lot more questions and do a lot more mocks.
Okay.
So next SBL first, and second, I think if you have time, you're taking this time, right? So time, if you have a lot of time, go with SBR. If you don't have time, I think go with APM or AFM. So if you have time, definitely go with SBR because the portion is huge. It's a very huge portion. And if you have 2 months, go with SBR because You have to do groups. You have
Yeah,
to do
two
give the
months is
talks.
a lot of time for Ben. So guys,
Yeah.
I would say at least you need three. Yeah, he gets a rank in 1 month. So 2 months is still a lot of time. So any minimum at least you need 75 to 80 days.
Yeah, yeah, for
Literally
sure.
2.5 months, guys. But yeah, 2 months is that's for Ben. But for like normal people's point of view. But great, yeah. So,
Yeah. So
okay,
yeah,
next.
it's
Okay,
been
so first SBL. Second, if you have time, go for SBR. If not, go for APM AFM. Okay, you went for SBR. Then.
SBR next. Okay, and again, depending on time, I think I'd go for if I would actually go for AFM rather than APM because for me, I like doing numbers more than theory.
Yes.
That's the way I like about
Yeah.
my subject. So I definitely do AFM next. If I have like 1.5 months, I think I'd go with AFM, and then I'd keep him APM for last because if I have more time, I think I'd be able to do better. So yeah, APM for last.
That'll be order. Great, yeah. I think that's a wrap, and I think I had an amazing conversation. Personally, I felt I learned so much more, and that's something we're trying to do, guys. Just get so many more people, understand their mind and what they did really well, and to bring that into our process. So having said that, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. All right, so guys, we had a little technical malfunction, so now that is sorted. We're just pretty much finishing this amazing conversation that we had. And more I enjoyed was the last 6 minutes conversation with Ben. I felt I was so real there. We're talking about how we can get Ben into this field. And just to close this amazing podcast that I had, and I think it was a great time with Ben here, is buddy that if students want to reach out to you or just, say hi, say congratulations, just ask your thoughts on something, where is one good platform that you are most active in and where you can they can reach out to you and just connect with you? What do you think that would be?
I think you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. My name is Ben Roy in LinkedIn as well, so you can reach out to me anytime. Whenever I can, when I have time, I would definitely respond to you with advice or whatever it is. So yeah, definitely try to reach out.
Yeah, okay. So that's a wrap, guys, and that's our episode with Ben Roy. I'm so happy that we connected with him and so thankful again, yeah. So thanks, buddy, for making time.
Thank
It
you so
really
much. Thank you
means a
so
lot,
much for
buddy.
having
Thanks
me.
a lot. And yeah, that's for now. Let's next week we'll catch up with another topper. Probably we're gonna get Kunal, and we'll see how that goes. Until that, stay tuned, guys. Do hit the subscribe button if you like this, and also do comment if there's some other questions you would like me to ask with the rankers coming the next week. And thank you so much for all the love, and yeah, all the best. Start preparing from September. I'll see you guys soon.